Glanville Studios. Good morning and welcome to the first edition of the program Good Morning Salone for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, na Monday, September 24th, 2018. We will bring the program come to you this Monday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Inside this edition of the program Good Morning Salone, after where the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education do ask for over 1 trillion loans for the 2019 budget, the Minister of Finance, Jacob Jusu-Safa, say government no go give them the money if they no give plan where they show clear one how they want for implement the school feeding program. The head of the Criminal Investigation Department, Gabriel Tommy, don't confirm to Radio Democracy, say police get 2 people in custody right now, where they catch at the Lunge International Airport with plenty dollar and other foreign currency them. And inside the program this morning, Radio Democracy, they can talk to the Minister of Water Resources, Dr. Jonathan Tengbeh, where they can tell we about plan the way it gets for improved water supply in Freetown and other area them in the country.
Well, this and plenty other story them, plus the Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Madam Memuna Tuprat Dongi Sarah Laura Toka, when I Miss Salone 2018 in tickets for attend the International French Tourism Market for go showcase Salone culture and work about 7 inside the program for you this morning. Remember, say they listen to we live on the internet on www.kdemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa and powered by AfriCell. The program na Good Morning Salone. You can same way so send me message on the number 077-981-981 077-981-981. Now the number for send you message and you self go be part of the program this morning. Well, as you from one power headline them today na the program we they talk to the Minister of Water Resources. We go can't tell we about him plan them where he get for improve water supply na Freetown and other side them na upline. Now the studio now this morning we'll get the pleasure for host Dr. Jonathan Tengbeh, we na the Minister of Water Resources. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Me family there when I'm morning no.
All right, continue for the week in the program. We will come back to you just now.
The first issue we will look at inside the program this morning. Now, also some community people in the Rokel community in the Western Rural District, there is concern say this community not to get better benefits from the free quality education where government be done pull na do. Then talk this way the founder for Pleasant Children Foundation, Marian Pleasant Kabo, goes to support over 200 picking them na this community. Musa S. Kamara Bindede and Guna reports.
Within the community, we get one big challenge where the issue of any good government-supported school no day.
The community, one of the communities, we really deprived.
You see, now that na the major problem where they suffer now.
People na the Rokel community, na the Western Rural Districts, they raise concern for sake away them say they know they get better benefits from the free quality education where the government don't begin this September.
Honestly, with the free education, we've been the whole follow forget and implementation within the community, but up to date, we don't really see how government go don't come into we own community for let's see that some of the school and where they go get the better improvement and they go try for go put in heavy support on them so that they will be better community schools we will belong to the government.
Mina Councillor Kasim of Ward 392, a resident of Rokel, I'm also a member of the education committee at the Western Area Rural District Council. Government don't give education as a free one. We welcome the idea. People, everybody welcome the idea. In the community, one of the communities, we really deprived. I get over 100 schools in my ward. Okay, inside my ward now, only one school way up this for 392 years. The people away, they over census is over 25,000 people. So if you don't pull 10,500, we get start for vote. So the remaining 25, the body is something like 14,500. All now people away don't do it for votes, and they are all the under school going age.
Me na Madam Juliana Williams, na the Rokel village head. We really glad for that. Although my community no get government school, na only private school, just get one primary school now in a government school now. No get government secondary school.
But how this they ambog them people here na this community.
Imagine if you can't live na here private school, you know say it damn to cost you. You see now that na the major problem where they suffer na here.
Last year, then they affect me so greatly. I get 3 sisters that we promote for let them go SS3. Then when they go now one of the community school, them go now Rokel Agricultural Secondary School up to SS4. The time for let them can sit was I don't buy the inform everything for it to us. We can't find out for no say that school not be known they under government and government not approve them. So that particular year here, the picking and get for sit down. I be get for take me time for go back with them at home because they helter and skelter for school. So that one day they affect me in every aspect of my life in the community. With the hope on the government in support.
Well, there is so much pressure for we, the parents, them, and even the school picking them because this crisscross, everybody want gets feel of the free education. So the crisscross, they all over the place. Complaints they come all over all the time.
All this be where the Pleasant Children Foundation go give book, bag and other learning material them to orphan and street picking them from different community them na the western rural districts as part of the Each One Educate One campaign with the theme Education Without Discrimination.
We able for give out to 200 picking them. We cost we millions of leons. We give out shoes, we give them bag, we give them uniform, pens for the one that way the secondary school. We give out ledgers, we give them ruler and all that. All waiting they need for go school. Now we try for provide for them since the government don't say they pay school fees. But this community you get even parents the way they cannot even afford for even buy uniform for them picking them. So much appreciate the government for this drive, but I just think say they need for do more. We say as time goes on, the government go see how they go able come in again and give out uniforms to them picking there in order for one for see a free and quality education in its totality.
Marian Pleasant Kagbo, the owner of the Pleasant Children Foundation, they talk about the help where they give to the picking them. Wisa he continues say, in organization don't fail not say plenty picking them na the western rural district know the benefit from the government free quality education because he say government school them not plenty in this area.
I remember last year where I give scholarship to 50 picking them. It be so challenging that to get other picking them when not be they go school at all. But there was nothing we can do. Most of them parents then just get for try they enroll them at private schools. And private schools they are expensive. There is no way would they go take 500,000, 400,000 and go pay for one picking as in fees. Where we get for provide uniform for them, we get for provide books, shoes and all. So now a great challenge. Only one government school, when a primary school now in this local community, and when you go Waterloo, now only about 2 government schools. We they operate now the western area rural, and as you don't see today, we get picking them from Regent, we get picking them from Newton, we get picking them from Waterloo, and we don't do a survey with other organizations there. Now the same challenge.
For Seka Olden Konsanya, make the councillor for Ward 392 inside Rokel, Shuaibu Kasim, make this call to governments.
We they try for see how we try for big with the Ministry of Education. Do ya let them try, let them where this approval they come because I understand since December till December they go approve many schools them. At the big say do ya let with schools then go there among because the community people really need this education.
The owner of the Pleasant Children Foundation, Marian Pleasant Kagbo, been joined the call of community people from the western rural districts for make government go approve more school them na the districts so that picking them na the districts self go benefit from the free quality education where the government don't begin enroll. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa S. Kamara.
The time from the studio clock now 7:40 and the program where they listen a Good Morning Salone, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, now the studio today we get Dr. Jonathan Tengbeh, when the Minister of Water Resources. There this morning they can talk about a ministry and the plan the way it gets for improve water supply in Freetown and some other parts them na the country. Dr. Tengbeh, good morning one more time.
Yeah, good morning, listeners again. Good morning.
Before we talk about you plan them, who you get for improve on water supply in Freetown and other parts them na the country, you take over the ministry this being term after the president appoint you for be Minister of Water Resources. You can just start for give update to people and from that same day to now, what are the different things that we don't do and what you inherit na the Ministry of Water Resources?
Well, first of all, my ministry where I inherited during the dry season. That was way back in April, May, and my mandate as a ministry now for deliver water to the people of Sierra Leone, not only households but also commercial and industrial entities them. So that was the mandate where President give me, where I signed the oath of office with him for deliver water for this country. When I come, I look into the ministry very critically. We get 100 days mandate where they give for for actually review the entire ministry and see where we are going and how we can push them. At the same time, we get priorities as a government. You know, we manifesto, we work on a manifesto, SFPP manifesto, we will create during the elections. Water Bindede as one of the key utilities that we want to deliver to the people of Sierra Leone. During that time, we build up that manifesto into the president in policy. The president in policy make it very, very clear na state opening of parliament on the 10th of May, waiting he want to deliver for we. So now that mandate is my own responsibility now for take that policy the way the president we don't talk about, for take and forward where they can highlight to Nanaya. Then we will get a 100-day program where we will look at everything within the ministry for make sure say things and work within that 100 days. The first challenge we have been get now be the dry season. You know, when I know say dry season, water no dey na Freetown, you don't come into a ministry who say water no dey na the city, and the people then get problem. You they see people and they hold them jerry can they all over. That was very disappointing and discouraging for me. So when I reached the ministry, I find out for say the Bowsers and wait for supply then tanks there across the city, they were all down. None of them not be the work, and that means if I not before take swift action, we government before really take that responsibility, because we're not going to say, oh, now APC government we do this. We for still carry the blame. So I move swiftly. I try for repair. We get about 10 Bowsers. I put in place strategies for repair about 5 or 6 Bowsers, and so that tanks then begin fill up. And while doing that, I look at the entire structure of the ministry, the Guma Valley Water Company, where they under the Salwako, and also my own team, where they are the technical team, they call it the directorate, and also the administration. So now, then there we don't do the review the entire country as well, because people then feel say, oh, water resources, then are one small building and then one corner than a small ministry, but it's one of the biggest ministries. It should almost be as big as the Ministry of Health, because all over this country, everybody wants water. If you look at Freetown, the whole of Western area, they need water. You look at the provinces, all the 14 districts that we will get, they need pipe-borne water. You look at chiefdom level, district level, everywhere. So this is not a challenge we myself don't inherit. I believe say they put the structures now in place.
Okay. The structures them where they put in place, Dr. Tengbeh, you get 2 key agencies there under your ministry where they for supply water, Guma Valley for Freetown and Salwako na the upline parts them na the country. Over the years, we don't see serious challenges where Guma Valley don't they complain every year say now because they know they get better support from government, make them not able for deliver. Then Salwako, we don't they see them they do very well, because over the years and the commission different projects them with support from development partner them. We can't talk about Salwako and Guma Valley, but first let's start with Guma Valley. Freetown water supply na a very big challenge. When you talk to Guma Valley, they say they get better support from government. When you don't come as minister, what do you go do for ensure say Guma Valley get the support where they need for supply clean water na Freetown?
Well, I don't want to put the whole blame on government or put the whole blame on Guma Valley themselves. I don't review this whole thing. You know, the dam itself, where Guma they get water from, now 1960, way back in the 1960s, 9 billion, and at that time the population of Freetown about 500,000 people. But over the time, the population don't grow for well over 1 million. So you can imagine the challenge where any company will get for actually deliver to twice the size or even 3 times if you look at the actual population of Freetown. So Guma not go able for supply water to everybody. It not go able at all. That one the thing we could do is for make the current infrastructure we then get, particularly the Guma Dam, for be more efficient, which we are trying to do, and provide additional water supply for them. So we don't look beyond Guma. Guma was set up as a utility company for let them deliver water. They're supposed to be self-sustaining. They're supposed to pay their staff. They're supposed to do everything for themselves. Government will just come in when we see that they fail. Now, true, they are not doing well. And I can tell you very frankly, they are not doing as well. Let me tell you the reason why they don't do very well. First of all, past governments then we don't actually put Guma for what they call privatization. So they get the National Privatization Commission, where we don't take over Guma for privatizing. So that means the government Ministry of Water Resources had very little to do with Guma in terms
they don't privatize her or them be there about
they be there about for privatizing. So National Privatization Commission, then be they overstep the mandate. They go beyond the mandate, then maybe they consult the ministry, because now ministry get technical capability for push Guma forward. So my past government over the years, I go really support my colleague will be doing at this ministry. He had a lot of problems with National Privatization Commission. They not be able to provide the technical capability, where they get for let Guma Valley move forward.
So under your leadership now what you think about in this direction? You want for reverse the decision in terms of the privatization, or you say they continue with them?
Well, what I don't do is, as I come the first week or the first month where I take over, I write to the president. I write a minute to the president direct. I tell him the problems that we get with Guma Valley Water Company and NCP, because me in infrastructure planning I study, in Germany. So I know a lot about infrastructure. Water na a social infrastructure. It is very, very difficult for let we privatize water supply, especially in developing countries, who say the earning powers are not that much. We can privatize at some point, but the privatization will get for be gradual. In developed countries, they are privatized already because the earning power very high. So with that background, what me get, I bring it to the attention of the president. I say, let we try for reversal. But obviously, when people they don't use for do something over 10 years, I think NCP don't do past 10 years safe. So it's very difficult for let them let go, So I don't talk personally to them, I don't call them. But I don't take an informed decision that if Guma they continue to fail, it is my responsibility, because I mean sign the oath of office with the president, say I go deliver water in this country. So I already decide for actually putting the technical capabilities that we will get in the ministry into Guma Valley Water Company. So we are working with them. We are working with them. I'm working with the managing director of Guma Valley Water Company. My deputy minister also don't engage on various fronts. So we are going to move aggressively for make sure that we provide the necessary support for Guma Valley Water Company for succeed.
As una ready for provide the necessary support for make sure say Guma Valley succeed. Dr. Tengbeh, I don't know if you are aware say the issue of water na Freetown is serious in a way that some certain area they don't know when last they see Guma Valley pipe them would they lead to their house for supply water, all waiting they live on na well water or other means for let them get water. Immediate solutions then now in Sierra Leone and the one for Yeri. Waiting are your immediate solution them for solve the water problem na Freetown?
Well, first of all, we try for maintain the existing infrastructure of Guma Valley Water. So although we say they function very well, but we know the problem.
So if you know the function, now you want for maintainer?
No, well, because we don't get other source in the short term. We don't get other source of water. We don't get some money from the UK DFID, so that they do some maintenance on and for lead and reduce the leakages. Then what did they? So that they go increase the supply. With the leakage, the supply not the better. Then for put additional pipe network where you don't rightly say, but you not go still enough. But temporarily over a short period of time, we will still continue for gather supply of water for Guma in a more efficient way, At the same time, we are looking at the short term, medium term or short term. We try for develop a project, because even yesterday when Saturday where we go present a budget to budget hearing, I mentioned say we are going to prepare a supplementary project. That supplementary project now for bring additional water supply on the short term to Freetown, using continue to intensify the delivery of water to those water tanks through tankering, continue to develop new boreholes where we will be able to reticulate into people's houses who are nearby, because new system don't can and new technology can we will reticulate. That is, we will distribute water from particular borehole where water will get into people's houses through that system there without actually relying on the network. We will try for bring industrial boreholes and try for Then our boreholes and where they go maybe 150 to 200 meters into the aquifer for get water continuously, so that we will give short-term and medium-term relief to the people of Sierra Leone or Freetown. But in addition, on the long term, I did look at the Rokel River project. You know, we call it we don't go very far. We don't send out expression of interest. In fact, we're going to get people that we don't express interest now for actually do the feasibility study on a short-term note. So that study they go tell we a lot of details, the cost estimate of that project. And I don't start discussion with some foreign direct investors. And in fact, I almost want for close that discussion day so that then go sign a memorandum of understanding, and then go able for start for work for Rokel. We're not 3-year project.
For tackle this water business, the big challenge we be done over the years gets to do with encroachment, where people on the encroach na side the most water catchment areas them. Waiting new you they bring come into this for ensure say people left for encroach.
Well, this problem is a collaborative effort we will go get with the Ministry of Housing and Environment. We'll get on with the environmental agency and other agencies them where they work on encatchment area them. This is not a very, very big problem we don't occur in Freetown. This is not another the other area. The other reason is the migration. You know, over the years, Freetown become overpopulate. Just the same way we get pressure on water, and the same way we don't get pressure on land. So the people that don't go up then areas and they don't encroach. The only solution, if you tell me what to do, is to go and bulldoze all those houses and replant the trees. But this is something you cannot easily do because some people they don't build and they host them. So we are trying to find a suitable solution.
But existing solution been there because I remember at one time the Ministry of Lands and EPA and the Ministry of Water Resources be embark on a particular project where then they go na people places them we don't build na side them when a water catchment area then try for pool and commodity.
Yeah, but not that they try for say they pull the commodity, but sometimes they past governments and they don't sell their land to the people then they. And people they don't build the mansions then. Some they're not a small structure.
So
them.
That means they go for left day?
No, they're not go left day. They're not go left day. We go negotiate with some of them, and so the one that we not get any legal permit, we pull them commodity. But what's in a my own personal idea is that in other countries we also have the same problems where the people that they build houses along hillside and things. But if we encourage tree planting, even around those houses and areas, we plant trees there, and then trees and they will then grow. You go find out for say. They not will be 100% the way they did before, but they can still provide that catchment area, maybe 80% of the catchment area.
You will talk about your short-term water plan them for tackle the water problem na Freetown, and among them thing then the way beyond they exist na the Ministry of Water Resources na the water tank them where them be they install na different community them about 10,000 liter water tank them then a various community them even New England SF so we free the entire the C1. You not think saying one of the projects and then the way for maintain and give them more training for let them go able for sustain?
Yeah, we maintain and we not change them. In fact, we are even going to increase the coverage for that water tanks. We say we not get tank, we'll try for get tank. And we will try for bringing additional technology. Like, okay, let's say for example you get 10 tanks within an area of 1 mile radius. We go put a borehole there or 2 boreholes. We will go then pipe into those tanks directly, so that instead of for their tanks and what motorcar they can't deliver their tanks, then solar boreholes then go they pump water directly into those tanks. We go help people in the most sustainable way. So we are looking at that, and by God in power, by before the next dry season, we don't achieve most of those things which we are trying to do.
But how you go describe the current status of the tank? Then they still they supply water.
Well, until you know, say this is not dry rainy season more, and a lot of people then get boreholes and we not they dry up, that they use them boreholes sometimes.
But areas in the again where boreholes not the then tank then they but water not the inside.
We can still supply. We still get the mandate for supply because more na Guma Valley water supply. But let I tell you what can happen. That water they not free, because we don't want for let people. We want people that for land for no say water not a free commodity. But at the same time, it's not expensive. It's very cheap. So the way we the manager is that we get particular area. Then when they want water, they go to Guma Valley Water Company. They pay a nominal amount to Guma Valley Water Company. Then the bowels that they carry water go and pump them. Then the people now they distribute the water to that particular community there. So some of them not they even bother for come pay them money. So now that makes sometimes the water can knock it in at their tanks.
All right. In case you just listen, you listen to Dr. Jonathan Tengbeh, the Minister of Water Resources. This morning they talk about plan the way get for improve water supply in Freetown and some other parts of the country. We continue with the program Good Morning Salone, and we look at one part we headlines to read them. As way for push the tourism sector go before the country, the Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Madam Memunatu Pratt, don't give Miss Salone 2018 Sarah Laura Tucker in ticket for go Paris and save $2,000 where it gets for use na Paris. Now the international French tourism market. Also the minister say Miss Salone go use this platform for showcase salon sector. You know, Kabia be part of this meeting. Also the minister hand over the ticket and the $2,000 and he go now report.
So let me take this opportunity to present to you the air tickets for your onwards journey and return from Paris with the Minister of Tourism and Culture. And I'm presenting you to you on behalf of His Excellency and the people of Sierra Leone to show our commitment to tourism. I'm also going to present to her the DSA, which has been provided for her normal usual food and everything. And the DSA is $2,000, okay? That's what we're going to give to her for her service.
The Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Madam Memunatu Pratt, been present to the winner of the Miss Salone 2018, Sarah Laura Tucker, when the marketing brand ambassador for the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs. In air ticket and the $2,000 when it gets for use na Paris. Also Miss Salone go represent Salone na the international French tourism market. The minister do this for sake of the promise when he make this bien term. Also he say any part the 16 contestants them where win the Miss Salone 2018 go be the marketing brand ambassador for the Ministry of Tourism and serve the country as a whole. How important this international French tourism market important to Salone? The acting general manager, National Tourist Board, Fatmata Abi Osagi.
Just like the minister promised that any person that will emerge as the winner of Miss Salone will have the opportunity to serve as a promotion and marketing ambassador for the Ministry of Tourism and the National Tourist Board. Our first tourism fair after the Miss Salone is the IFTM, which is the International French Tourism Market, known as the Top Reza. The Top Reza, like other tourism fair in the world, is where players within the tourism industry meet and do business. It is the largest fair in France. It's taking place in Paris, France. It is also among the world's largest tourism events. And as I say, create the platform for stakeholders within the tourism sector to meet and do business. France, as we all know, has been one of our top markets in the early 80s until the early 90s. It is but fit for us to make a big relaunch at the French market. We attempted on the Top Razor, I think last year and the year before, but this time we're going there with a different.
The representative for the Miss Salone Limited, Jenny Amara Bangali, say this now the first time for make the winner of the Miss Salone be the face of the Ministry of Tourism.
It is the first of its kind in Sierra Leone, I must say, and we thank Madam Minister for coming up with this brilliant idea. The winner of the competition, we know that Sarah will be an able brand, an able face for tourism for Sierra Leone, because in her introduction for the Miss World competition, she did promote Sierra Leone very well. And we know that that introduction will go very far. But we as a team at Miss Sierra Leone Limited and Miss Sierra Leone Foundation, we are ready and willing to work with her in helping her grow, also facilitating her knowledge of tourism.
When be actually Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs of the thing that when gets for do for give tourism new face na the country and the world, Miss Salone 2018
Sarah Laura talk say and go make investor then come and do business na the country.
With the help of the Miss Sierra Leone Limited and Foundation, and with the support of the people of Sierra Leone, I'd like to assure the whole citizens, the ministry, the government, His Excellency the President, that as the new face of tourism and as the new face of Sierra Leone, I will deliver. I will get investors to come to Sierra Leone again.
The Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Madame Memouna Touprat, say the reason why Salone will take part for the international French tourism market now for make Salone go renew the long-lost relationship with the French market.
Here we are today taking our first step, not only of rebranding, but of renewing our relationship with the French market. Because over the years, we all know how that has affected the number of tourist arrivals to Sierra Leone. And when you talk about specific markets like the French market, we are not only talking about people who just come here for pleasure. We are also talking about people who come here for investments, who come in to work in areas of agriculture. Because when you do come to Sierra Leone as a tourist, you come for many reasons. So we did not only lose the French market because we wanted tourists, but then we also lost potential investors for Sierra Leone.
The minister end up say this international French tourism market now one big platform. Usai Sarah go get chance for showcase the Sierra Leonean culture for the Society for Radio Democracy. You know, Kabia the airport.
Family them. Salone Commercial Bank don't do one again. For we and Una will not get account yet. They don't come with brand new things them, like me own SLCD kiosk them, where they all over the country. Also, they get mobile tellers them, we will meet you any side and do your banking. Salone Commercial Bank. Now me bank. Sure. Now you bank oh. We get me own student account oh. We get me your current account. We get me your savings account. For them market to man them. For them keke riders, Okada riders, and them fishmongers, disabled people them. Any day for them petty traders. Salone Commercial Bank. Now we bank. Sure. Now we bank oh. Salone Commercial Bank for all man, including the professionals.
The program is still a listen to now. Good Morning Salone. They come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Don't forget 077981981 at the number for sending message to and add your voice to Tine with the top on the program. We will present this Monday edition of the program. Mina Mabel Kaba.
And Mina Khadija Bangura. We will continue the program and still we get Dr. Jonathan Tengbeh, we are the Minister of Water Resources. He talk about in plan them where he gets for improve water supply in Freetown and some other parts them na the country. Dr. Tengbeh, we don't talk about the challenge them we don't do for supply water na Freetown and Guma Valley na the day in charge of water supply na Freetown. But again, so many things them they happen na Guma Valley. We don't make they come out every year. They talk about them challenges them to the public, and most of them things they are so we don't be serious problem na Freetown for supply water na the waste to they happen na the Guma Valley network them and self sometimes leakage then they na side them we Guma Valley for give water. You they see the water how they waste but pass they how they go na the neighborhood them and plenty other thing them. So for cut off their leakage there and the waste them where they happen, Dr. Tengbeh, how you don't engage the Guma Valley management for long try for solve them problem here?
Well, I mean, engineering they solve them kind of problem in day. So what you before I come, they don't engage donor partners, that is the UK DFID. So they be provide money for we do that work there. So as we speak, we get contractors them and consultants and they work on that project. I believe say by 2019 they go done that work for let the Guma Valley provide the water for we were capable for do, but you know able still I must say it's still able for supply the whole country. I mean the whole city with water, but it will be much better than it is now. Having said that, we don't plan for put a new project. We go able for augment Guma. That is the Rukel River project. We as a ministry, we get a good knowledge, pre-feasibility of it, that it is possible. We don't do it over the years. The government don't do a lot of work on it over the years. But now we don't ready for implement. We want to make it into a bankable project. What that means is that we go able to get cost estimates, good design, and be able to engage with development. I mean, with foreign direct investors. Then, so from where I've been come, I don't begin engage a couple of people that were interested in foreign direct investors in the economy office. I don't travel out of the country actually to look at some of their infrastructure. I don't do due diligence on some companies. Them, for be able for actually come for put the money inside so that Watago can have Freetown from the east.
So how you want to do this? What thing exactly then go get for do?
Well, first of all, the process is we'll get a consultant. We go do detailed feasibility study now and design, preliminary, what we call preliminary design and cost estimate. That cost estimate and design now we use now for draft a contract with a contractor. Now, big contractor, that are hundreds of millions of dollars business we talk about. So that contractor in the canal for put water, what we call the intake, they design the full detailed design. We designed a treatment plant, and we put the pipe from Freetown, from Rukel River, right into Freetown. Then our potable water, the one we don't treat, and distribute as we go along. We'll get Waterloo, we get Songo, we get all the, not to Songo, we get Waterloo and other towns and they along the way until it get to Freetown, to the east end of Freetown.
So as it is now, investors they already don't begin express interest in this area?
Yes, I get about 3 farm investors and we don't commit for Duam. But now one no more get for Duam. So we are really engaging with that one day now. Very soon at the plan for sign a memorandum of understanding with that one where I believe say go able to get the capability, the technical capability and the money.
That one they seem like na part of your long-term plan them. But people also be done they suggest say, for example, this rainy season, Goma Valley for don't they think of that water harvesting, where we then go get option for the save water when rain they come, so then go for fill the gap week in the dry season. You get anything new way they bring into water harvesting?
Well, yes, but before I talk about water harvesting, you say in a short, a long-term plan, and I think say in a 3-year plan of. Because if we work very hard, the way we don't see, and by 2022, we will don't get water. We say we won't forget an Freetown by God in power. So not too long from now, as the public may perceive. But the water harvesting, we do a couple of pilot projects right now.
You say una will get water na side them, also una want to get them na Freetown. Is it that una already get area they wanna identify or una they work towards for supply water to the whole city?
Yeah, then the whole city, say we still get for use Guma Valley Water Company. I mean the Guma Dam, we still get for use them. But the priority in the areas we not get at all. So first, and at the eastern of Freetown, say eastern that is not the day. They really struggle for water. They kind of eastern police and on the other side they all go to the other parts of Freetown. So that are the priority. So
then they na even the western of Freetown we water no there at all, Dr. Tengbeh. So not to the eastern parts no more the water problem day.
Well, the thing is that the capability of that water the way they talk about will be like 200,000 cubic meter per day. And then a boku water we for able for serve the whole of Freetown. And if you add Guma, we now currently like 60 or 70, then at 270,000 cubic meter per day. So we go able for what we need is more pipe reticulation and also the design of that the network in Freetown. We'll look at them very critically.
Now we talk small bit about Salwako. We now one pan the agency them we the supervise under the Ministry of Water Resources. For looking at the walkway Salwako don't they do, you they see they get so many projects them where them be done they implement with successful, like the headquarter town water supply where them been put borehole now all the districts headquarter town them, and when you watch at the upline the way water problem they didn't compare them to Freetown. Why Salwako don't they deliver in most of them projects them and Goma Valley not able for implement the same things them?
Well, Salvaco is a relatively new entity compared to utility compared to Guma. Guma has been on its own for a long time, and the dam that they use is old, the network very old. Salvaco, on the other hand, are new systems that they build. They get money, Boku money from the African Development Bank, then Freetown Water Supply, Nabo, Kenema, McKinney, African Development Bank, they give Salone government money, and for Duam. So therefore, any new network is very good, you know. So Salvaco, in that direction, the project has been implemented, but the project is not even enough. We still get for add partner because as I say, the distribution system be a bit not be as good as it's supposed to be. So the bank don't give more money for do additional distribution, and then 3 times them. So if I compare the two, the old system, a very old system, and a new system, and more importantly, Salvaco government and they pay the salary of all the workers in Salvaco. Salvaco not able to pay nobody yet, you know. So Guma, and then they try, then they pay them the staff and other things them and all the liabilities because they know they for long, and then they charge people them money. What are they money? Although some people they know they pay them because at the moment they owe government huge amount of money. So I don't really want for compare do too much comparison. We go talk say Guma know they do very well, but if you get any kind of liabilities and where you get people pay salary, you get for do this, and your system so old, you know, you try for manager, it's difficult.
So in terms of this money business where you talk, in terms of support, Guma Valley always on the complaint say, for example, government ministries and agencies, then they owe them plenty couple, where that affects them. As a ministry, this stay under you, waiting you the plan for do towards that, ensure say government ministries and pay then dues them.
No, definitely they don't write to me, and I would review the situation. So it's about Guma Valley Water Company for don't take this challenge way back, but I me don't push them for where I don't push them. They don't write a formal letter to me. I get on my table. We begin engage with all the ministries them. Because some of them can talk, say, Guma Valley, you know, they even supply water to them. So we look into ways and means how we go resolve that conflict between Guma Valley Water Company and the respective ministries. Ministries that we know they get water, obviously, we don't go expect them for pay. But then when they get water, they're supposed for pay. So I don't ask Guma Valley Water Company for go out and actually check for charge people then based on usage. And once they establish a complete amount where then ministries and then they will pay. We will make sure I talk to the Minister of Finance, I talk to even to cabinet level for let them pay their money so that we will able to get some relief for Guma Valley Water Company.
But how soon this go get for be? Because most of them here we talk for engage them. Nothing where Guma Valley be done they do before now. But still then they will owe them.
Well, now they get political support because before I don't feel say the minister being interested. As I say, NCP now they supposed to do that, but I don't feel say they be the do them. But now me don't take a challenge. I don't sign an oath of office. I will make sure say follow up so that waiting Guma Valley people that owe Guma Valley Water Company they will pay them, and then we will try for put a technical support, provide technical support for them. For be self-sustaining, because at the end of the day, even if I build a very, very big infrastructure or beautiful infrastructure, if I don't get a utility company we will come manage, it's no use. So therefore, we for try for if now Guma Valley get for take over tomorrow the Rokel River project or Salvaco, I get for building utilities and up for be more efficient, particularly in the area of operation and maintenance.
Continue for the with me at the studio, Dr. Tengbeh, Minister of Water Resources. We will come back to you. The time from the studio clock now 8:15. We will take this commercial break and can continue the program.
Better don't come. Now Union Trust Bank again. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, na Salone for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme, ide. We branch and they all up at Nasalon. Boko no kenema, we de. Kabala mabogo kakambia, we de. Jala Freetown Lonsa, we de. And my 91, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, Nasalona for me and you. Union Salone Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
The program Good Morning Salone they continue and we look at more issues na the program. We take one pound headline story them as the budget hearing process they continue na the Bank of Salone complex. The Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education below ask the budget hearing committee who side and say they want over 1 trillion loans for the 2019 budget. But the Minister of Finance, Jacob Jususafa, tell and say government will go give them this money. If they not give plan where they show clear one how they want for implement the school feeding program where they under the free quality education program. Well, we listen to updates of waiting comments and the budget hearing process as Abdullah Glabin Dede and Guna reports.
The total budgets are submitted so far by the Ministry of Basic Education and Tertiary Education Commission is 1.87 trillion leons.
The voice where you hear na Matthew Dingy, Principal Deputy Financial Secretary na the Ministry of Finance, and he will talk about the amount money where the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education say them want for the 2019 financial year and for implement the free education policy.
The teacher recruitment are submitted by Teaching Service Commission. We see they are estimating 56,129 teachers for next academic year from the 30,000 we have now. It means we are talking about recruitment of about...
At today, the Principal Deputy Financial Secretary at the Ministry of Finance, we will chair this budget policy hearing session for the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. We note some area them with this ministry for clarify and for show really why they want make government give them over 1 trillion loans as budget support. Alpha Timbo, now the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, and they been talk about the plan them where a ministry get for this kind of money.
In the supplementary budget that was read, which we are currently implementing, adequate provision was made for the payment of the teacher's salary. We have restricted the implementation of equality to government and government-assisted schools. But for the fact that parents and pupils who are determined to send their children to school, but unfortunately they come to schools that have not been approved by government. So for those categories of students, they have to be returned back home. And as I speak, in some of the remote areas, you still have pupils now who are not going to school. So we have to ensure we take proactive steps in the ministry to ensure that we approve these schools as quickly as possible so that every child will have the opportunity within the period of 2019 and 2020 to have access to school.
The Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Alpha Timbo, carry on say this ministry, they focus on the quality of education and not to just for approved school them, although government not they get support from donor partner them.
The issue of quality will always continue to occupy a worthy capture in our development process because we'll be talking about trained and qualified teachers replacing untrained and unqualified teachers as we go along. And even those that are trained and qualified, they have to further train through in-service training programs. But as a government, our development partners will not pay the teacher salaries for us. They will not pay the school fee subsidy for us. So in the future, we may have to reform the method in which we are conducting government, like in our schools now. Some schools, because school fee subsidy is paid directly, that is why they are trying to inflate the number of pupils that are in the school.
That the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Alpha Timbo, Jacob Jususafa, and the Minister of Finance inside this session, he been respond to some of the issue them where the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education get inside the activity plan. on the issue for approve more teacher them. Mr. Safa say this not go happen inside the 2018-2019 academic year.
We cannot approve teachers in January, February. It's not factually, but we have a time. We have to have a process. We have schools approve before July every year. They are approved, but the approvals takes its effect before they need the budget here. If we do it now, they come into effect by September when the school year commences. So the number of teachers that go with that have to be factored. So the planning and education can be very, very thorough. It's not as simple as we take it. And when you are doing your estimate should not be based on the available teachers. It should be based on what the number of teachers expected.
One other issue where the Minister of Finance been talk on, now the one we get for do with for make different school them disabled friendly, we for make disabled picking them get access just like the one them we normal on the issue of the school feeding program. The Minister of Finance, Jacob Yusuf Safa, been asked the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education for go back and do them homework fine because as it is now, government not go give money for this program.
We need a national program on school feeding. It's like a sub program of free education. That's what stand out. The clear program, clear targets, clear things around you. It's a sustainability plan. It's just a question of saying we have allocated, you just go and buy records to be. No, we're not going to accept that. We have to calculate on that design before we start it. We need people to come and sit together and see. Not only making the money available, between the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Agriculture, we have to work out the sustainability of the school feeding program. Is it possible to start school feeding? School gardening to complement government effort. It's a quite expensive program which you don't want to start and stop. So we have to build into it the sustainability aspect. So I think Tengbeh will encourage you to put a team together to do a comprehensive program on school feeding.
That's not Jacob Yusuf Safa, the Minister of Finance. Civil society organization and self been get observation them as to waiting and think, say the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education plan for do with the over 1 trillion loan for the 2019 financial year and self been make suggestion. Charles Kef Kobai, they represent Forward Salone.
You are spending over 480 million on office rental. This can even construct a building. Why is your office rentage so expensive? Teacher commission. Top up. We now have an executive order. We don't support top up airtime anymore. You have budgeted 24 million for that. I kindly appeal for that to be slashed out because it is against the executive order. Commemoration of the World Teachers Day. Looking at our economic situation, if the president will look at the situation of our economy and say we will not celebrate independence, which is to the heart of every Sierra Leonean, I see no reason why we would want to spend 200 million just to commemorate World Teachers Day. Please slash this one off.
That's not Charles Kef Kobai, where they represent Forward Salone. The 2019 budget policy hearing still carry on at the Bank of Salone complex inside Freetown, who say more MDA them, like the Ministry of Youth, Ministry of Sports, and other one them, like EDSA, still get them for go presents in 2019 budgets for the Society for Radio Democracy. Mina Abdullah Bla, the reports.
Pick up your bag and go school. No worry for the fees, then send a free for go school. Yeah, mommy send you picking go school. If you not get lunch, free bomb at dinner school. Yeah, when you picking begin go school. Any kind of house make you show you waiting and do na school. Yeah, as the thing go, they go let we watch see if government do waiting and say them go do.
Free education, power. Say we picking the foundation, power. Say picking and get the right. Education is the key to poverty.
When the bubble go school, mama you don't hear me kill it in future bright. Yeah. When the titi go school, wallahi you don't free no man no go mass money right. Yeah. Send you picking go school, so we go fair to poor and the future go just the bright. Yeah. Line book na the secret, na the key we go end poverty na the ghetto.
Cause when the TT go school, it not go depend per man for you and too much. And if the bobo go school, it not go take gun work and a net for book the months. You not go need for go big so you compete them. You can't compete with other country them. You go able not chest any side way you call for. Boost you morale and you confident.
Opportunity there now for go school free. Let we use them well to advantage. A reason no there for make you no go school. Brother not for make yourself useful. If you go school, not for yourself no more. Salone where we all accept go benefit. You can be lawyer, you can be doctor. Anything we go make some benefit.
Cause no time, now for change your ways. Now come brown the pay school fee again. Or give lunch every day. Now for send you to school. No care what I for send go school. No fall about party then go school. Okay, and to only marry send go school. Oh yeah.
When the bubble go school, mama you don't give am the killer in future bright. Yeah. When the titi go school, one life.
For send you picking go school for letting future go bright as the government be don't pull out the free quality education program. Well, that music they will be get one inside the program this morning from Miss Salone brother them different artists them will come together for do that song day. And I hope say you listen to the message where them pass now the music. The program Good Morning Salone they continue and we they continue for look at more issues as we they go on the line now for talk to the head of the criminal investigations department, Gabriel Tommy, for let we get an update as information we've been reaching at that during the weekend the police them being arrest somebody na the Ilungi International Airport where them be suspect say gets money we not being supposed for getting in possession. Well, for we get an update on waiting make them be arresting people here. We get Gabriel Tommy on the line. Good morning and welcome to the program, sir.
Good morning, 98. Good morning, listeners.
Quickly, try first for confirm to we if not true say police them be all two people them na the Ilungi International Airport because them be they in possession of foreign currency them.
Yes, let me arrest one Yusuf Anta, where they live now number 5, Babadori, Lumley, and one George Kuruma, where now is security personnel, where they work for the Westminster, the Lungi International Airport. What really happened? That Saturday morning, this man, Mr. Anta, been the travel for go out of the country. But in movement na the airport, been suspicious to one State House intelligence security personnel where he deployed the so now he didn't get for raise the alarm. Then he call in the police. Then take a car and go to the airport police station. And then search and send boku foreign money, dollars, euros, and pound sterling in possession.
Suspicion of the police them, we make them hold this man. Enough for they in possession of that kind of money they?
Well, we all know, or even the international law, anywhere, you're not supposed to forget on you above $10,000. If you forget that they on you or above that they on you forget clearance, you declare the amount with the authorities. Let them know say you travel with that kind volume of money. Because we all know, say now, the world Boko terrorist activities they go on. So if person hold hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, euros, pound sterling, very likely for raise alarm for security reasons.
So, Mr. Tomina, almost this person be get in possession.
Well, when they check the bag where the liquor go. We found out say it been get 368,314 euro. They be get 60,375 pound sterling. Then they further check the dollar we get. It gets $204,150. It gets Leon winner 895,000. They get Kuwaiti dinar winner 23. They get the Lebanese pound winner 47,251. By every stretch of the imagination, that are quite a huge sum for a person carry on in person or in possession. So now that make them they arrest them. And we they investigate who side get the money from and who side in the carry and go and for which purpose. Now that's what they look into.
Mr. Tommy, from interrogation from Saturday to now, you don't able for talk who side be they go with the money and how he get them?
Yeah, when somebody they do something, you ask her, it will give you explanation. So the point of investigation now is to confirm the veracity of what they say. Intel we say the money we been the cargo, it been they go Beirut. Who say if they don't put in for land for buy. So if they go with that money for let go buy the land. So now the investigation is for us to ascertain whether a land really if they go buy. But the most important is who say he get this money and how it come about them. Because for even keep $50,000 now you owe. You say go feel say na big money and you go be concerned of security. So if this man gets nearly $800,000, all the money put together, I mean that are quite a huge sum.
Una don't try for know whether this man in question na businessman or not?
Yeah, we don't get down there from man. He say in a form it is sell and Rex. And in business place na 24 Wilberforce Street. But even if na diamond they buy or gold they buy, not supposed to get that kind of money on them.
So what about the other person where una be already work for the Westminster? Waiting na in own case na ya?
This Westminster man, Mr. Kuruma, in a security at the airport. That particular day, they tell me say they deploy na the VIP lounge. So on the 20th, now you don't get information, but this man in travel one. So in the airport, this man come, he be sit down at the front. This man go inside, do profiling, then confirm his ticket and his passport. From there, he's supposed for move to the immigration desk and go through the processes and then searches before he go to the departure hall. So this man, this Mr. Kroma now, he take this man, instead of the man go through the normal process, he take a car and go na the VIP lounge. For let he circumvent them processes the way it require for let it go through. Probably within that problem, that before don't able for detect say this man they carry this kind of money. So when they carry and go na the VIP lounge, now this state house security they get for pick honor on the no insurance. So the man in the watcher say the man go up, a candle, now in this Amos go meet and say, wait till make that man go yonder. Now diplomat, he get a diplomatic passport, and you know say president they travel to me. So then get some confrontation, then the security get for say no, police for no bodama, and they for go search her. So if the man call the police go inside. Then they take this man, carry and go na the airport police zone. Then go check her, then they find this morning. So by every indication, Mr. Kroma gets something for tell we because now aid this man for like evade the normal process. So that is his liability.
So how long una go get for day on this? And if una get for charge go court, now wait till they charge them on.
This is a wide investigation. Now the facial level, we did a lot of things they will get for check. We will appeal to the public for exercise patience. A lot of things they will get for cross-check, both local and international. So when we conclude anything, then we will let the public know and then we will charge to court.
So outside the money they as we they talk?
The money then a state security custody.
Alright, we go call you for the get updates on waiting for the happen. As you say, this is a wild investigation. We will go for take some time. We will go for the call you for the get updates on waiting the happen as the case they carry on.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, that's now Gabriel Tommy, when at the head of the criminal investigation department. Be they give you updates, but two people are within a police custody now as in the update with investigation because they be catch a foreigner with huge amounts of money with the foreign currency. We according to them, not supposed for travel with them kind of money then they from Salone, and it said then they continue with the investigation.
We will continue with the program Good Morning Salone, and still in the studio we get Dr. Jonathan Tengbeh, we are the Minister of Water Resources. We talk about implant them we get for improve water supply in Freetown and some other parts them in the country. Dr. Tengbeh, we don't talk so much about Freetown water supply and other side them na the country. Now let we look at school just open. And the Ministry of Water Resources gets strategic role for play for make sure say water in our schools them, especially with the free quality education where the government just introduced in all of them in there. So how under the water ministry they make sure so supports the free quality education and supply water in our schools?
Thank you very much. That's a very good question. In fact, when we did this week. Last week in our cabinet, we had discussions on that as well, that support for free quality education through provision of water and sanitation is one of the best we can have at the moment for making them more efficient. So we get in with department, in the ministry, we get a unit called the school wash in schools, particularly in the Ministry of Education. So I don't inform my colleague Minister of Basic and Secondary Education for let engage that in unit day so that the unit will work together. So what we are trying to do now is to develop a comprehensive project because Enodena will budget for this year. The reason why Enodena will budget because the budget ceiling was dictated to us. So we are making a supplementary budget, and I go appeal to the Minister of Finance for let finance this particular budget element, which is supplementary. I don't put a team together with my PS, and we coordinate with the Ministry of Education for identify key schools them we really need urgently, and then we could roll out as time to go. But this is going to be embedded in the Ministry of Water Resources, and we go look at the sanitation.
Why would not be don't identify the school then they do in the term where the government they prepare for the free education program, so that as we government launch our own go launch on our own projects them to let them work together?
We will not identify them. We will not identify them a long time. In fact, we M&E department we don't because we get the mapping of all the water points across the country. So we maybe don't develop a project which they bring to me last a couple of weeks ago, where we get one NGO will be interested in that. So we don't pass that particular project to that NGO for let it help. I don't want to call the name of the NGO now, yeah, because it's a project that. So what we did was for identify very critical districts. And there are two districts that we identified. And Moyamba district, we are really the worst district in terms of schools, water supply in schools, and Konambulu districts. So we don't request that NGOD for provider support.
Alright.
But what I talk about is the support directly from the ministry now to government, from government itself, from government funds. You know, say during when we start this government in this year, funds have been really scarce, and now that we don't begin see some element of issues, and government they put a lot of effort in the start off of the free education. We start this month. So now we'll put additional pressure on government for let them provide that element. Although we are doing it in per se, but we're not going for put element. But now that the pre-education don't start and it's going on very well, we believe that it's high time we get some money where projects have to go in and support the free education.
All right. Continue for the with the program, Dr. Tengbeh. Quickly, we take this short commercial break. We come back and continue with the program. Good Morning Salone.
Salone Road Safety Authority, they tell all land driver them say, rain season don't come back home, and I then tell me so, plenty accidents can be. SLRS say, they encourage driver them, make sure say, them motorcar they work good one. By way them go make sure say, the wiper them, tail light, headlight, they work good fashion. Same way so, now for check for smooth tire, and I then tell me so, you for drive slow, pass how you be not used for drive. Do ya? Now for take notice say, where the road soak, now that time day it bad for drive, so you for reduce your speed limit. Now Salone Road Safety Authority, we join on with the Ministry for Transport and Aviation, they bring this message come to you.
We will continue with the program Good Morning Salone. We still get Dr. Jonathan Tengbeh. We're not the Minister of Water Resources in the studio. We don't send plenty message them at the program this morning. We go can read them now, and the Minister of Water Resources go respond to our messages them. The first message where I go look at the program this morning, it is say from what JJ Safa was saying, there will be no approval of new teachers and no school feeding program next year. So what really this quality education is about?
Emmanuel Boyman at the Radio Democracy Facebook page, he say, I think privatization will be the key to entities like Guma. How can a registered customer deprived of water and unregistered customer benefit through illegal means? It's sickening that Guma cannot monitor these illegal means. You have a lot to do, Mr. Tengbeh.
This one where they come out from Chairs Winner Caps, now Facebook page, they say if he can prove the money was his, it has to be given back. The law is the law, but the handlers of the law are crooked. What if he was afraid to declare the money so they will not rob him?
These other messages say, Dr. Tengbeh, as a nation, we have all it takes for Sierra Leone to enjoy water, just that we don't have enough reservoirs in Freetown. A comment from Mystic.
This other one, they say a major problem in our water supply in Freetown is the leakage in the distribution network. There is a lot of water, especially in affluent neighborhoods. Go to Spur Road and see how much of Guma water supply goes to waste, while people in poor neighborhoods don't have water to drink. Cut the waste and rebuild the distribution network.
These other messages say Green Street is now a mining area for Guma Valley. Every 2-3 days, they come there with their machines, all in the name of their boss sending them to connect from Casca again. And I send a message there.
More text message them. We don't come inside the program this morning. This is why they come out from Adams Bango on our Facebook page. They say, other than his intention to have Guma removed from the NCP, have
different currency. Now the one that ate boat ate boy pulo yang kanya bakopo de ate kopo boku tenato alden manye konse ide lost figure de nam ate nine tomo video de crash de to de ate what the boy na do timatang ate one word no the talk man. Now they look like something is wrong somewhere. But what you need to do then can couple them now. I think I the question that one you. I the fumble. I do know it. God they go. I say God the mass day. I say God the written at the soul man. I say I'm going to me. I say what about? It's a difference between America and United Nations. I know. I say but what you mean? No, God they come much now. He go pan at Trump in country. I say one word you know why. I say fumble. Ati bengan picture ati what I want me I man ati we man in the make the bikini be ati power man ati I just cry man I just cry ati ogu ati petit get trabrit na ogu bo ati what you do ati the brit na to don't ati any important passion na we na wala o ati bo waiting people yan na di do that fan do bo ati eja wo nu de do ati mi ataya man na no le hotel pot mon job ati after we don't rush Nyati well did it done. Me na yona ebu akabo.
Alright, the program Good Morning Salone they continue and we come over to the minister now for response to the message them we on Abidon send earlier.
I want to thank you for the comments and the questions and the messages we want to send. Well, I will start with the last question where they say one listener say there is no alarming problem on water in other countries. I can tell you say the main reason why them countries don't get any problem or alarming questions coming about water now because they don't invest in the water supply. If you look at Guinea, they don't spend a lot of money per water supply for me to forget the water supply system working. If you compare we to them, we don't spend nothing apart from the Guma Valley Water Company where we don't put together, where we don't develop 60 in the early 60s. We don't do anything. Now they try to do something. And I go assure when I say the kind of investment we want to do in terms of bringing water from the Roque River, if we're able to invest that kind of money, the water crisis in Sierra Leone, I mean, Freetown particularly, will be a thing of the past. So I want to get patience with the government because His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Malema don't prioritize water. You know, like past government where they put water on the side, but this time water now one of the 8 priorities them after basic education, health, and the others. So they put a lot of effort into this so that the water will come na this city particularly. The other question where there are repeated questions on leakages. The leakages, we're all aware of that. I don't talk about that. We get a system in place right now where, I will repeat it again, where the UK government don't provide money for we solve them leakages them. For by the time the project is done, the project still ongoing, maybe by next year, mid next year, they go down solve to a large extent the leakages them. So down the back, they far away, maybe 3-4 months, in 3-4 months time, then leakages and go stop. And the one way they talk about now Hill Station and other places, now it will be a thing of the past. So una for be patient with we small now. Let we try for solve all them problems in there. The other one the privatization. Somebody say, oh, the privatization and illegal pirating of the water. Yes, privatization na good thing. Nobody knows say privatization the bad. But when you privatize something, you forget returns on your investment. But water at the moment na a social goods as far as the mentality of Sierra Leoneans and other people in the developing countries are concerned. It's very difficult to forget. People should pay water. Water now a goods where people for pay. But you have to do them politically because there are political implications, there are economic implications, socio-economic implications, and the development parameters and all we have to look at. So at the moment, for let we push very hard into privatization without actually providing the infrastructure. I will tell you, I say, if we done the Roque River project, we bring Guma Valley water to highest efficiency, and people then get water now they host them. We all man get pipe now they host. You they go use you flush and you sink and everything else you they get water. If I go ask you for pay money, you go pay and you go pay happily. But at the moment that they happen, then you ask people then for pay. It is a very difficult thing to do. So the privatization and the illegal pirating of water. This is another thing. We Sierra Leoneans, I think one of the things we for land is that for land we own infrastructure. Then pipe the way government they put now then run there. Now we get time. Government now we get government. If you just start like your own body, they take her, you they cut her with knife. If you cut her with them, now you save your point because in future when you picking come, you don't will get water. And at the same problem we could get over and over again. If only people then will be there 10-20 years ago, nobody do what you want to do now. That means that pipe neighborhood still in good condition. So they appeal to people that way out there for stop for pirate, and when I give you small time, let me build the economy. The water supply network with the support of the president. The president water it didn't have.
So waiting the Water Resources Agency, whose value you go for can add to the current plan they wanna get?
Well, Water Resources Agency and an agency where we set up for look at the water resources what we get available across the whole country. I mean, we all know from secondary school that we get 12 rivers at this country, but they are not properly managed. Pollution they go on at the highest level. Okay, I can really look at the first objective of the agency. You know that under the environmental law across the world, we have what we call the polluter pay principle. That polluter pay principle you go only able for actually use them if you get an agency where they monitor the water resources across the country. So one of the objective of that agency now for examine all the water resources in this country, which economic operations are in place at the moment, particularly with regards to mining. Mining companies are polluting. We get large-scale agricultural companies polluting water resources without some of us even knowing. And we need to get ways of testing the water supply, the raw water, so that we will able to monitor and manage water resources properly. So that agency, when it is set up, we are going to charge every company where they pollute the water in this country.
So, Dr. Tengbeh, with all the talk them we don't talk for the Freetown water issue and the plans and we don't explain the short, the medium and the long-term plans and we say you get for solve the Freetown water issue, what thing will be your word of assurance to people that way they live na Freetown, especially one them where they na area the way they really they strain for get water, where you don't can now as Minister of Water Resources under your supervision say from this time to this time I go try for handle the issues of water na Freetown.
Well, when I come, I get two phases. Phase one, and the short-term phase. Well, I don't talk. We are putting together a massive program because that anywhere I take over. Now, in the middle of the dry season, the problem don't begin. So there was no plan in place from the last government. But when we come, they work up a plan right now as we speak. We try for source funds so that we go look at all the issues around the water issues around Freetown. For example, establishing more water tanks coverage across Freetown, getting more bowsers in place, getting boreholes as a short-term measure for supplying tanks them, and trying to manage even the delivery Because some certain time and day you can get water bowls that they move all over the place, but then they go at the right places and fulfill the water. Would they try to put a system in place where we able to make sure so then tanks they all get water and then bowsers they are more efficiently used. And more importantly, would they look at other sources like Babaduri, get dam there, would they look at them as well so that we will provide water through the network.
But that dam there they talk about it, they leak. They
leak seriously, yes. I know that I don't go there last 2 weeks ago. I go there, I go look at them. World Bank don't give us more money for actually repair that dam there. So we are working on it as well. We are working on Congo Dam. Congo Dam, I go there, get a lot of water there. But the dam is about 100 years old. So we'll try for look at it. But this is not just a medium term. But the short term really now for actually make sure say this dry season, people will not suffer. And I will try for do my best for make sure say that the dry season.
This dry season, people will not suffer for water. People in Freetown will tell you say not to new word this Dr. Tengbeh. Minister them we don't add that particular ministry all the time. They know they can they assure people and say dry season people will not go suffer for water. But dry season how they sit to line them for get clean water for drink.
Well, I agree with you, but me own promise where I make sure say I put action into my promise, and that action is I put the right people in place and make sure say I plan. I don't wait until dry season hit. I begin see crowd and I look for water before I begin doing. So I anticipate say the problem they come. So now that make I knock at the door of the Minister of Finance for let you finance as soon as possible. Sometimes money availability of money can cause problems. We'll try for repair all the bowsers in time, and we'll try for install all the necessary engineering installations that we will need for before the dry season hit.
All of last week, MD then did na the bank complex the budget discussion process. So say then carry them budgets them when they want for do then different projects them for 2019. Waiting at the Ministry of Finance the young budget to then carry go to the Ministry of Finance. The Minister of Water Resources the young budget to then carry.
Well, there are two levels of budget. We get this the recurrent budgets where we do every year for run with ministry one small projects them. Well, we own budget line at the moment now we get about 8 billion, close to 7.2 billion now we ask for. But that is the reason why it is 7.2 billion is because they give budget ceiling based on the expenditure of the past government, than the government we did before in 2017. But I don't bring new projects, new programs. So, for example, this dry season project where they talk about way for help for solve the problem. I therefore asked the Minister of Finance for an additional 11 billion for able for implementer. I therefore asked the Minister of Finance for additional money for the quality education, water supply to the quality education schools that are not constant yet. I therefore ask them for a lot of other additional things where I believe say go push the ministry forward.
Women say the Minister of Water Resources need huge couple.
We need. I don't ask for 10% of the national budget.
Do you think so then go give you?
Well, I wait for engage with the Minister of Education, Minister of Finance again on this. This week we are going to meet, and then I go engage and again and tell and say, these are the projects. Maybe give a program. And that make I tell you say, I don't develop this project. We not 11 billion. I develop other key projects and we say necessary. We don't talk about now for push. Like for example, the provinces. We want to resuscitate all the old Degrimon. Degrimon have been a company we come with the French government support for build water supply now all the districts in this whole country.
All right.
Those projects have don't die away. So Ministry of Water Resources they resuscitate that.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Jonathan Tengbeh, Minister of Water Resources. We come to the program this morning can talk about you plan them for improved water supply in Freetown and some other parts in the country. Thank you very much. We come to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Well, now the end the program. Good Morning Salone for today on edition. Alex Lawrence Koma and Michael Sambola produced the program. DJ Lava and Ingiwi talk technical support. Moses Kavora and in team that they make una see we live now Facebook page. Plenty thank you to all who viewers them. We watch we and save drop comment now Facebook page. Listen to we midday show at 12. We get interesting programs today for you. 7 o'clock in the evening, at 10 for national news. At 9, we have a current affairs program within the B. So to meet back, me na Khadija Bangura, they say, have a blessed week.
And me welcome back. They say, get yourself a wonderful day. Goodbye.
For news, views, and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1, simply the best.
No, this one is a special dedication to all the people of the